The following is an article read for the Guild Inn, located in Scarborough, which is located in Toronto. The history of the Guild Inn. The Guild Inn was built on top of Scarborough Bluffs in 1914. This was once the summer home for an American soldier named Colonel Harold Bickford. The Clark's Collection. Herbert and Rosa Clark would live in the Guild from 1932 until 1978. In 1934, they purchased surrounding lands. This became an artist colony. At the same time, the Clarks collected pieces of lost historic buildings in Toronto. They would form a collection like no other in Canada, what you might call a building graveyard. Some pieces of historical buildings collected in Guild Park include the Bankers Bond Building, which was built in 1920 and demolished in 1973, the Temple Building, which was built in 1895 and demolished in 1970, the Toronto Star Building, which was built in 1929 and demolished in 1972, and finally a Fire Station Engine House No. 2, which once stood at the corner of Richmond and Portland. During World War II, the inn became a training facility for the Women's Naval Service and a hospital for returning veterans. This is when it was first called the Guild Inn. Ghosts. Ghostly figures have been experienced by paranormal investigators who gained access to the once abandoned structure. During an investigation, the team was in the basement. A noise was heard down one of the hallways. They ran into a dark room to see a huddled mass lying on the floor. They said a shadow rose, movement contrasted over the darkness as it walked past them and into the hallway. They walked out to see it was gone. Now it could be considered that the resident ghost of the Guild Inn is a little boy, seen through the building, including when one investigator got up close. He swears the boy appeared close up to his face, so close he saw the kid had different colored eyes. A former worker of the Guild Inn. A once employee was working alone in the kitchen. He jumped when something crashed inside the walk-in freezer. Running inside, he noticed the box of melons had fallen over. Took to cleaning them, leaning over when another bang from the kitchen behind him. The employee swung around to see in a flash a regal-looking man dressed in a top hat and tails, standing in the kitchen and looking into the freezer. Update on the building. The story of the Guild Inn has a happy ending. Thanks to the efforts of a developer and creative techniques, the original inn has been brought back to life for future generations. It would have cost half as much to demolish and start over, but even the most shrewd of business people now see the value of restoring unique historic buildings. It's this history which attracts the masses, and of course, it's ghosts.